please stand now and join me in our pledge of allegiance and the invocation. You got it, Steve?
Yep.
Good. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pray with me. Gracious God, we come to you this day to begin another session of the Carl Junction Board of Aldermen. We ask that you impart upon us your wisdom and guidance so that we may promote justice, assist those in need, and provide for the overall well-being of the citizens of Carl Junction. Amen.
Thank you, Steve. Next is approval of the agenda. Is there any comments, changes, or corrections to the agenda?
Change on committees on the budget. It says SB 856. It's supposed to be HB 756.
Oh, for the minutes?
Yeah.
Where is this?
It's in the minutes.
Well,
Oh, it's in the
that's
minutes?
next item. We got to
Okay.
approve the agenda, not what you refer to as the minutes.
That's under the consent agenda. But that's okay.
Motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
Also highlighted V and second by Don Allen to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 5 in the affirmative with 3 absent. The agenda is approved. Next is the consent agenda,
Oh,
which is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting on August 6, 2024, and approval of disbursements. Now, are there any comments or changes to the consent agenda?
on the Budget Finance Committee report, it should be SB 756 instead of HB 856.
Anything else?
I move we approve the consent agenda as amended.
But we haven't approved the amendment yet, have we?
Yeah, you got to approve the amendment.
Make a motion, we approve the amendment.
Second.
Mr. McKell Wolford, second by Holly Devine to approve the minutes of the previous meeting. All those in favor, please signify by your right hand. 5 in the affirmative, 3 absent. The minutes have been changed. Now,
I motion we approve the consent agenda as amended.
Second.
motion led to Allen, second by David Powell to approve the consent agenda as the minutes have been amended. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 5 in the affirmative with 3 absent. The consent agenda is approved. Next is public forum. Anyone speaking in public forum? I'll have to read this and you come up here. Come on, you come up to the podium. But you got to listen to this real careful. All persons wishing to speak to the mayor and board of aldermen during the public comment portion of the meeting should come forward one at a time and stand at the podium, then state your name and address and the subject matter you wish to comment upon. All comments should be directed to the mayor in a civil manner. Comments are limited to 5 minutes unless the mayor, the board of aldermen, or alderman grants additional time. It's the mayor's responsibility to make certain these rules are followed and to maintain order and decorum. If you have a question, the mayor and board of aldermen may, of course, provide an immediate response. However, the mayor and board of aldermen may also provide no response or response at a later time as they deem appropriate. Now,
Good evening to all of you. My name is Paulette Kalk. I reside at 300 West Barbara Lane. I purchased this home in April, and so I've been doing, what you do when you first move in, make it shrub. Well, now I've reached the backyard, and I couldn't believe that the fence line was so close to the house. In fact, I questioned it so much that I went over to Carthage to the courthouse to find out, and the lady said, nope, that's the fence line is it. Well, it turns out it's only 15 feet from the back of my house to my fence line. That's such a tiny, tiny amount. And I understand that the code for Carl Junction is 25 feet. So I'm asking the council to maybe change the easement or whatever, so maybe I could have 20 more feet. Then I could maybe put a deck on or entertain in the outside, So That's what
I
I'm.
think, Steve, we talked about, when this thing was originally done, they came before P and Z and got a variance.
Yes, our setbacks code is 25 feet. And when they built the house, the builder came before Board of Adjustments and requested a variance so that they could move it in. That was granted to them, and so the backyard on that, 9 feet, is what they had taken, and that's what they allowed for the backyard on that variance. So to her property line, is only 9 feet from her, 10 feet from the back of the house. So what we would have to do, totally up to you guys, is you'd have to sell her the property, which would take property out of Lakeside Park onto the backside of her house. It's right there on that curve on West Barbara Plain. So you would have to sell her 20 feet by however long it would need to be.
Where is this exactly? Like in the.
300 Barbara Plain.
Yeah.
It is just past that drainage ditch on West Barbara Plain.
To the
Let
south.
me make a suggestion. Why don't you send everybody on the council, since we got three guys that are absent, three guys that were, they're absent. That it shows the layout right now and shows how it would be, what is it, 10 foot farther?
20 feet she wanted.
I
Oh,
want
20 feet? Okay, 20 feet.
I can do
See,
that on
to see,
Tuesday.
and yeah, you can do it on Beacon, show where it would be, show how it would affect the park. And these are issues that we don't have any advanced knowledge of. And I tried to make a rule 8 years ago that I don't really like to make decisions on something nobody knows anything about
Sure.
that day. So if he could send a map out to all of us, you guys could look at it and you could determine if you wanted to sell that property or not. Where Lakeside Park is, it's still old number 7, I think. Fairway.
Where do all the other properties end? Are they all like in a
Same,
line?
yeah, it's in a line.
Yeah,
So hers would be out
It would
part
be
of
out
there.
everything else?
What-
no, it would still be with the rest of the homes.
It would be
The
another
property,
line.
no, the property line then for her property would stick out into the park from where her neighbors would be.
No.
Steve, just, so all of the houses along there have similar variances?
No,
No,
Yeah, hers was the only one, but they have similar backyards?
they have bigger backyards.
They do.
I mean, it's
The
a house
property,
that's
the
built
property
further
lines
back.
all come down,
That's-
line up.
that's why we need a map. So you all can see how the property lines would change and decide what you want to do. This is not, back when, before it was our park, there are several lots out there that they sold off. And our park in a lot of places has a lot behind it too on there, which I don't particularly care for. But, and we have sold property before. We sold it there on Wynwood because it made a straight line.
Yes, that's
Gentlemen.
a neighbor.
And then we sold one where the guy built a swimming pool on part of the park. And so we sold him some of that property too. So there is, we have done it before, but we don't have to do it. And it's something if we get a map, you guys look at it and make your own determination on that.
But don't discuss it until the next meeting, because we can't make a
You
decision.
can't make a decision on it, no. You can come up with your own
Yeah.
determination. Now, anyone else any more questions, or you would like to speak some more? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I'm done.
Did you say it was 303?
300.
Just 300, okay, yeah, 300.
I have lots of land to the north of my house, but that's inaccessible. The backyard is just unbelievably little.
It is tight. I'm looking at it on big.
Yeah.
Did Did you realize when you bought the property where the property line was or the
Well,
fence
the
was?
realtor showed me, she said, now the property line is this black chain link fence. I didn't believe her. I said, that's not possible, it's so tiny. And so then, there's very few homes for sale in Briarbrook. And so I went on and bought the home because I did like it. And then that's when I went over to Carthage to the courthouse and the lady confirmed it. Yeah, so it is what it is. But
And the
fence
property,
has to be-
property just north of your property is
City
the
property.
city park too.
Yeah.
Part of the city park.
But 20 foot from the fence that you're seeing on Beacon,
Yeah.
black line, someone had planted 2 ornamental trees just to the west of that fence line. Well, I'm asking for 20 foot from the fence, which would take you just to the other side of those 2 little decorative trees. And it's not even interfering at all with the activity that happens out there in the bigger area.
That's right where the football. And your wish is to build a fence all the way out?
Oh, yes, if that has to come down because it's falling apart, I'm gonna put in a nice wrought iron fence to match my neighbors.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'll definitely go take a look at this and,
Okay, that'd be great.
yeah, thank you for
And
coming.
and you'll make a drawing showing where the new property line would be.
Yep.
And we can all discuss it next meeting.
Um,
Yes, sir, Mr.
Probably
Kelly.
should have the minutes of the Board of Adjustment meeting where this property was allowed to be improved with that small lot. The board should consider what occurred there as well.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Someone else like to speak at public forum? Last call for public forum. Very well, then we'll move right along to a public hearing on the 2024 tax levy. Guess I'll open this up for public hearing for a discussion. Steve, you want to start off, or Elena, or?
I'll let Elena.
This is the public hearing, the meeting that we have every year. The numbers we got from the pro forma from Jasper County are general fund levy. They have taken from 0.4662 to 0.4689. Our GO, which is what pays the bond on this building, they took from 3601 to 3189. Those are the numbers we got from them. So if we approve this, we will send it off and we will be in compliance with the state of Missouri.
And the overall tax rate will go down
Yes.
because
overall rate
the
will-
bond for the,
Because the
building is
bond
going
is
down.
being reduced more than the general fund is going.
yes,
Increasing.
okay. Anyone else like to comment on it? If not, I'll close the public hearing. Next is appointment of members to P and Z. I'd like to appoint Randy Lyon and Jason Wright to new terms on the Planning and Zoning Commission. I guess I can do them both at the same time, can't I, Mr. Talley? Or should I do it
No,
singly?
you can do them both at the same time, but
There's a chance they're gonna vote against one of them.
but the record should show what you're appointing them for.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. Randy Lyon, appointing him, he was appointed 2012, his term will, it's expired, it's going to be,
P and Z, I believe, is 4 years.
okay, I'm appointing him on September, no, that's when he was originally appointed, that's Jason. Where am I here? Do you have one here when it goes to? For Randy?
No, I just have it expiring next month right now.
When will it expire? 28? Is it a 4-year deal?
4-year.
Okay,
September
just-
2028.
So you can just make it 4 years from the expiration of it.
4-year, okay. You have to appoint Randy Lyon and Jason Wright from 4 years from the expiration date of their current term on planning and zoning.
Make a motion to approve the appointments of Randy Lyon and Jason Wright to
Second.
do 4-year terms on the Planning and Zoning Committee.
Motion by David Powell, second by LaDon Allen to approve my appointments. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. I have affirmative 3 absent. They are appointed. Thank you all very much. Next is the bid to reject the bid from Diamond S Fencing, which will never call us back, and approve a bid from Superior Fencing for the dog park over in whatever park it is. Country Club Park.
Obviously, Diamond S missed their deadline that we established for them. They never contacted me back or emailed me or returned my phone call or anything. So the next on the list was from the fence park bids was Superior Fencing. They did update their bid. Which I laid in front of you.
10/8/06/76.
The 4-foot black vinyl coated chain link, $11,134. So it went up
300 bucks.
$300 is what it went up to.
And that's with the double gated entry, right?
Yes,
Did Miller update theirs?
Miller did not. He did not return my phone call.
Make a motion, we reject the bid from Diamond S Fencing and approve the bid from Superior Fencing for the dog park fence.
Second.
Motion by David Pyle, second by Carol Wolford to approve the rejection of the Diamond S Fencing bid and approve the Superior Fencing bid for the dog park. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. 5 in the affirmative, 3 absent. That is approved.
And he can jump on it right away. He said he could have it done in probably 60 days.
All right, now we get into ordinances. Next is an ordinance establishing a tax levy for fiscal year 2025.
I would put this ordinance on first reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by Don Allen, second by David Pyle, to put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance establishing the tax levy for the fiscal year 2025, establishing said levy .7878 per hundred assessed valuation, establishing the allocations of said funds to general fund and general obligations sinking fund.
Discussion.
Make a motion, we put the ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by David Pyle, second by Don Allen, to put this ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance establishing the tax levy for the fiscal year 2025, establishing said levy .7878 per hundred assessed valuation, establishing the allocations of said funds to general fund and general obligations sinking fund.
Any further discussion?
We would put this ordinance on final passage.
Second.
Motion by Don Allen, second by David Pyle, to put this ordinance on final passage. It's a hand vote to go to electronic voting. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 5 in the affirmative, 3 absent. Vote is 5 with 5 affirmatives with 3 absent. The tax levy is approved for 2025. Congratulations. We didn't have to have a special meeting.
Yay,
That is ordinance number
2423.
423. Thank you. Next is an ordinance providing for financial disclosure and conflicts of interest.
We would put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Let's put it on final passage.
Second.
Motion by Allen, second by David Pyle, to put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance providing for a financial disclosure and conflicts of interest.
Discussion.
This is the ordinance that we pass every year,
Because we have to.
because we have to, according to the ethics commission.
So we can all be ethical. Any further discussion?
Move, we put this ordinance on final passage?
Second.
Second reading by title only.
We're all trying to hurry. Second.
Motion by Holly Levine, second by Don Allen, to put this ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance providing for a financial disclosure and conflicts of interest.
Is there any further discussion?
Make a motion, we put the ordinance on final passage.
Second.
Motion by David Pyle, second by Don Allen, to put this ordinance on final passage. It'll be a hand vote to go to electronic voting. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 5 in the affirmative, with 3 absent, please vote electronically. The ordinance passes 5 with 3 absent. And that is ordinance.
2424.
Thank you. Next is ordinance approving change order number 1 with OWN Incorporated for the Route Z Pinell Street Sidewalk Improvement Project Phase.
Oh, sorry. We put this ordinance on first reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by Don Allen, second by David Powell, to put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance approving change order number 1 to an agreement between the city of Carl Junction, Missouri and OWN Incorporated to complete the Route Z and L Street Sidewalk Improvement Project, Phase 6 for the city of Carl Junction, Missouri. Said change order number 1 being for extra work requested by the city near Arlington Drive and Dean Drive at a cost of $1,636, increasing the total cost of the project by said amount and authorizing the mayor to execute said change order number 1 for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
Discussion. This is Jay's fault, right?
This is Jay's fault.
What is I was gonna say, what's the
They,
special work?
previous work covered up a water valve.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So we've got to uncover that water valve. They're gonna take out some concrete, put fresh
I
back in.
forgot.
I found another problem there when I was down meeting with them. They covered up Randy's drive-in or CJ Diner, whatever it is now. They covered up their culvert. And I just noticed it when I was standing there talking with them. I cleaned that out probably 2 or 3 times over the years. And they just filled it in. I think there might be one at South Arlington, Pinellas, they filled up on that street, on this place.
Who's this, the previous contractor? The previous contractor?
Did the one at Dean Street,
Yeah.
new contractor on the other street.
Did you not get that?
They said that the state of the engineers doesn't look that way. But there's gotta be a way for in front of the old grocery store for that to drain back to the west.
So after this one, we'll be looking at another change order. Probably.
That's special.
I make a motion that we put the ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by David Powell, second by Don Allen, put this ordinance on second reading by title only. Clerk, please read the title.
An ordinance approving change order number 1 to an agreement between the city of Carl Junction, Missouri and OWN Incorporated to complete the Route Z and L Street Sidewalk Improvement Project Phase 6 for the city of Carl Junction, Missouri. Said change order number 1 being for extra work requested by the city near Arlington Drive and Dean Drive at a cost of $1,636, increasing the total cost of the project by said amount and authorizing the mayor to execute said change order number 1 for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
Further discussion, and this was not caused by Owen.
No,
This was by.
this one was not caused by.
Right, okay.
Yeah, this.
Want to make that very clear in the minutes.
Yeah,
The contractor did not do this.
this would have been capital paving.
I mean,
Like I told everyone at the last meeting, that they covered up every one of our meter boxes in 3 valves. Down through there, after they was finished, we had to get down through there and dig all the meter boxes up and get them back to level.
quality workmanship. I move we put this ordinance on final passage.
Second.
Motion by Don Allen, second by Holly Levine, put this ordinance on final passage. So it'll be a hand vote to go to electronic voting. All in favor, please say raise your right hand. 5 in affirmative with 3 absent, please vote electronically. 5 affirmatives with 3 absent. The ordinance passes. That is ordinance number.
2425.
Thank you. Moving right along. Well, we got that. I'm going to go to the treasurer's report first. I'm well along here. We got the treasurer's report in front of us. Are there any comments about the treasurer's report? No one has any comments about the treasurer's report. Then we'll move to the long-term projects report. That is a handout, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was a handout. I apologize. I had a great vacation, but the consequence was you guys got your report late. Biggest thing on there was the DNR money
Yeah,
that I talked about with, for the stormwater stuff.
so we might be able to get the Cedar
We
Cedar
can,
River Lane done.
Yes, we've got enough preliminary work had been done on that West Bradford Lane drainage behind Cedar and West Bradford Lane, that we can meet that schedule, no problem. And we should be able to do that. I did get preliminary information from DNR on what we will have to do document-wise for it. The alley behind Main Street, there was just too many things that needed to be done that we could not meet the DNR deadlines.
But we can get the engineering paid for it.
We can get the engineering paid for. We could also, because the engineer had done some work on that previous to March of 2021, between now and March of 2021, they will actually reimburse us for that engineering work that we've already done on it too. Technical assistance will take care of that. So we're proceeding that way with that project so that they can. As of today, we don't have to do anything additional for a contract on our engineering that we currently have with Algier Martin. So we don't have to have another contract put in place, so we don't have to go through all that RFQ process that takes so long. I had a conversation with this afternoon with Clayton Christie at Olson. He was one of them that I'd called to see if they could get it done. And he says, Steve, I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks, and I really hate thinking that you could miss out on, over $1 million worth of funding, because he says there's got to be some way that we can work with DNR, whether we do a design build instead of our normal design bid build. We do a design build, which it's a little different on the paperwork, but they do it on other projects. So I told him, I says, you know what, Clayton? I says, talk to Kurt. I says, you two get together on it, see what you can come up with, and then call Greg Powell at DNR and see if something like that would work. Because as Clayton was reviewing it, he said that although you don't have easements in place, they're not requiring us to go that far with it. They want you to go up to the point of bid acceptance. Which doesn't mean we have to have a contract with the contractor yet, just up to that point. The big 30-day gorilla in the middle of all of this is they want 30 days at DNR to review everything. And that's what was putting the big hurt on us. And even though they're not reviewing a total package like they usually would within 30 days, they're just reviewing that front end documentation and stuff. It just made no sense to any of us why they would still take 30 days to do it, but that's what they want.
But they don't have to use 30 days.
They don't have to. There's no reason why they should have to take 30 days. Because they're not reviewing construction drawings.
Yes.
I totally understand why it takes 30 days for construction drawings for a project this big. It's a large project and a lot involved in it with different sizes of pipes, different elevations, the different drop inlets. There's just a lot to it. It's going to be a pretty extensive set of drawings. So I could understand 30 days to review those. Not when you're not including drawings. So I'll wait to hear back from Kurt and Clayton on if they think they can do something, if they've had a conversation with DNR about that other money.
Let's don't miss anything on the one between Cedar and Briarbrook Lane. Let's make sure we get all that stuff in.
Yep.
Have to do that.
Kurt is absolutely sure that we can get everything in on that one. He has already sent them part of that documentation for that one, which is our existing contract with Alderman. So they've already got that part of it.
Good.
There will be some stuff in there that Mr. Talley will have to sign off on.
Can't wait.
Let's just make sure that we know that those are permanent easements and in place, that type of thing. But Kurt will put a packet together for you.
Very good. That was the big thing in here, I know. Anything else?
Reminder, Thursday at 11
Yep.
o'clock, ribbon cutting at Lakeside Park Pavilion.
Who set the date for that?
I did.
I don't like it.
I had to go with the state. The state can do it any other time. We tried for Friday at a later time, but the state couldn't do Friday.
Tell
It
them to
would be
bring a
nice to have
check
a
when
little
they come.
community event and have children there.
Good.
To play.
Yes, exactly.
Did she mention that?
We'll get all the preschool.
We did get it out to the chamber. The chamber's already put it on there.
Except they thought it was Friday.
They did. I have a confirmation email from him that it was Thursday.
Yeah, his email said Thursday.
Okay, he told me it was Friday yesterday.
I see something on that, right? Like,
They did get the pouring place. Yeah, it was on there. I looked because Holly asked me about it. And that's where I looked.
That's
to
why I
confirm
asked.
it, yeah. Pouring place is done.
It's
They'll
done.
have the
They're
fence
gonna
down,
take
the
the
dumpster out of there.
fence down tomorrow. Looks nice.
Yep.
Looks really good. They just,
I think, did you get that other sign for that? Is that it? Yeah. That young lady signed,
oh,
came in and we have it so we can get it put in place.
good. Anything else for Steve on the long-term projects?
This is kind of for Jay, but Center Creek, you think they're gonna be here September 3rd?
He called me the other day, he said it'd be right after Labor Day.
Okay, sweet.
Well, let's go to department reports now. Anything for Jay? Got a bunch of side or walking trail board. When do you think it'll be completed?
Maybe next week,
Wow.
other than finish work.
I know that the golf pro at Briarbrook said if you want to, you can just go ahead and go down on the right side of 18. Just keep putting that cement in. I've heard you had some comments from people about it too.
There's a lot of people walks by and wants to know how far we're going.
It looks really good. It really does.
Do you have any update about the playground at Country Club? Are we still waiting for pieces for that?
We got them in, I'm gonna have that guy give you a price to put them in. It's kind of hard to split them up there at the top to put them pieces in.
Okay.
There won't be no glass in them no more.
Thank you.
What about Four Oaks? I saw the deal on the outdoor basketball court here, but did I miss Four Oaks? Where are we looking at?
Number 11 on Steve's. It says just his basketball court.
Yeah.
I thought they said they were going to do it when they finish this one.
Yeah, I think he's already held, talked to him today. I think they've already held some rock out there too.
Have they? Okay, I'll have to go down by Rogers and look at it.
Anything else? Anything else for Jay? Then we'll go to PD. Big report from PD this time.
David Waymeyer was a busy man.
Anything else for the chief? Anything you want to say, Mark?
Speaking of Waymeyer, he's got 4 more abatement hearings set for September 3rd. And I emailed Steve and told him that I gave him a list of 9 other properties that he needs to check on in the downtown area.
Good.
I told the chief the other day, I wish I had videoed it because we had a frequent offender, I guess, that she gets out quite a bit. Sweetest dog. Came up on our porch and I said, I wished I'd videoed it. It would have went viral as the most popular animal control officer ever. Because when he got out of the truck and started walking that way, that dog was jumping up and down and could not get to David fast enough. It was like, my ride's here. It was the funniest thing that he used to, so kudos to him because he's an animal control officer with a heart. So.
All right, anything else? If not, move on to the building inspector's report. Wow, roofing went way up.
Gotta get them roofs in before winter.
Yep.
Before insurance cancels you. That's their trick right now. That's why everybody's getting work.
If nothing else, we'll go to committee reports. Budget finance, Lana.
We met at 6:00 tonight to discuss possible financing for improvements in technology. So we're going to split that into phases, hopefully, and get some get some bids on what the phases would be. Also, I brought it up in the meeting, so I'll just do it now rather than new business. Checking on balances. We have $389,000 for 2-inch in our 2-inch overlay fund now that we've built up between accrual and our current budget. So I'm thinking that is going to be enough. We could probably bid out a pretty big street improvement contract. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but we're sitting on that now because we have to build up quite a bit to get a good enough size project for people to bid out. But I would like to see us finish up a priority, like an assessment, prioritize where we need to go, maybe set up phases on the street improvements, see if we can't get some street repairs bid out, because I've been hearing a lot from residents, and I know we have streets in need of improvement and repair in every ward.
Anything else for budget? Very well then. Well, Rick isn't here, but Carol and Bob are here for code and nuisance. Anything on code and nuisance from you two? All righty. We'll move along to human resources. You two are on human resources too. Anything on human resources?
No.
Very good. Then public facilities, David?
Nothing tonight.
All righty. Economic development, Holly?
I have an update from Retail Strategies, but after speaking with Mr. Talley, we'll have to do a closed session during our next meeting, our committee meeting. So I will get with the members and plan a committee meeting for economic development.
So you and Elaine are going to handle the paperwork on that, right?
We'll work on it. This particular exception to the open meetings record, I haven't used before that I can recall. But I know there's got to be an exception there that would cover this information, which is to be kept confidential.
Okay.
So we'll look for it and figure out how the notice should be done.
So when are we going to have a meeting?
I'm sure maybe like around 2 weeks if that's enough time.
Oh, yeah. It's not going to happen tomorrow. I can't
No.
look at it tomorrow.
No.
But I will look for an exception. I'll get it to Elena. You can look for an exception too.
How long is the meeting going to be? You want to do it before the next council meeting?
What's the next council meeting?
Or you want to do it after the next council meeting?
September 3rd is the next one.
It's the day after Labor Day.
Yeah, I'll probably plan it. I'll probably do it during the week if that's convenient with the other people.
Within
In about 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. We'll,
We just need to make sure you get posted in time. Anything else, Holly?
That's all.
Anything else for Holly? Remember when it comes to you. Okay, unfinished business. Carol,
No,
David,
No, sir.
LaDonna.
No, sir.
Oh, I thought I had something.
I did too, but I forgot.
Yeah, well, I forgot. I'm getting old. I have nothing. Bob,
Nothing.
Holly,
I have something, it's not really unfinished, I'm gonna say no. There, on the exit from Deerfield across from the high school, there's a big, like, auction advertisement sign posted. I've had 2 people complain that they can't see to turn out. Is that sign like allowed to be there or next to the road like that?
If it's on private property, yes, it is. I'll have to take a look at it and see if it's,
It's right up next to the road.
it's on Redwood Development's
Yeah,
property.
it's Redwood's
And
property.
they're the ones that are having the auction.
It is.
if it's set back 10 foot from the roadway, it's okay. It is rather large.
Yeah,
They get them all over the town, on all their property.
Yeah.
I'll check. But yeah, I've had 2 people complain about turning out in the morning.
I think that's in September.
Yeah, all the way till September 12th is the auction, so it's gonna be a while.
Let's see, where was I? Mr. Talley,
No.
unfinished business? Elena,
No, sir.
Crystal,
No, sir.
Yes.
Steve,
Unfinished business, Crystal put together a flyer here, what,
Oh, apparently I did.
yeah, you forgot about. These are stormwater funding opportunities with EPA and DNR. And she checked with rural development, USDA money too, which there isn't anything there. We'll see if there's anything in CDBG. I hate saying that. See if there's anything in stormwater funding there, so. And also laid on your desk there was some conceptuals from SAP Design that they were so gracious to give us in their charge. That we had talked about in public facilities, wanting options and everything, so that's just what they came up with real quick. Something to look at and more to consider. That's it.
thank you. Jay, unfinished business? Mark? Very well, we'll go to new business. Holly,
That's it.
Bob,
No, sir.
I have nothing. LaDonna,
I have one thing. I've got a resident that's contacted me multiple times now about the trash cans being brought up because the code shows they can be put out the evening prior, but then they're supposed to be brought back from the curb within 24 hours. And there's some neighbors of hers that are leaving them down at the road all the time, so they just come and put their trash, and then sometimes it doesn't close all the way, it's not bagged, and it's blowing all over the yard. So I said I would bring the concern up because she was wanting to know if we could put a reminder of the code or something on the water bill or put it out on social media or both.
or probably pick up the trash cans.
Which she,
Yeah, we had one other resident.
And I got a call
We have
about
other dealings.
That is in our code, right?
yes.
So,
And
I mean, they
now
can still be cited for it.
And she was like, they should have to bring them in by 6 o'clock at night. I'm like, some people are in shift work, they're not even home. And said, and they have to put them on the side of their house. And I said, no, it just says remove them from the curb. As long as they're off our right of way. Technically, I guess they could set them in the middle of their yard. But anyhow, that's all I had.
And some will.
Yeah, someone.
Let's see, where did I start? David,
No, sir.
Carol,
No, sir.
Mr. Talley? Elena?
Sure. We need to look at moving the September 17th meeting. The majority of us will be in Branson for MML. So we need to look at either changing that to the week before or the week after. Which would be the 10th or the 24th.
preference.
way.
the 24th, we could bring up anything maybe that was covered in the meeting.
Which is
Sometimes we
historically, I think that's the way we've done it, tried to do it after.
Yeah. Because sometimes we do get some valuable updates on stuff.
Dang, we are gonna have 3 meetings in October, and that'll be a back-to-back
Back to
September,
back.
October, and 3 in October.
That's the way to make the big bucks, Holly.
Make a motion that we move the September 17th meeting to September 24th.
Discussion.
Discussion, Mr. Talley?
I may not be able to make that meeting, but that shouldn't impact you all.
We won't have any legal business then that day.
I just
Or we'll
may
just
not,
do what we
for
want, run
for
willy-nilly.
reasons I'd rather not say, may not, it's not definite, but I
Okay.
may not be able to make
Understand. Okay, so we have a motion
Second.
and a second. Motion by David Powell, second by Don Allen, to move the meeting in September, from September 17th to September 24th, same time. And okay, then all in favor, please raise your hands. Have 5 in the affirmative with 3 absent. So the meeting is the 24th now and not the 17th. Please put that out early on the website too and everything else. And might want to give a notice even on that one, notification thing. So people know that anybody that signed up for it will get it zapped on them, so they'll know they can be here since we have such a large crowd most of the time. Is that all?
That's it.
New business? Steve, you have any new business?
I think I had.
I don't have new business, but I do have one
One other-
additional old
one other-
business that I.
We'll call it new.
Yeah, okay. We got in the estimate. You guys approved the dump truck purchase.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is laying there to you. This is for outfitting the dump truck at Bus Andrews. $48,525. We have in street equipment accrual, we have 21,600. In water equipment accrual, we have 103,000, and in wastewater equipment, we have 167,000. So we've got plenty of money in that accrual account to do this. So I would just like your approval on.
Do we need a motion to accept this?
I move we accept this proposal. I know we discussed it briefly at the time we got the truck. So.
Motion by Don Allen, second by Bob McAfee to accept the proposal from Bus Andrews Trucking Equipment to fix our dump truck. Or outfit it, or whatever it is. New equipment.
Outfit the new.
Outfit the new dump truck. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 5 in the affirmative, 3 absent. Let's get that dump truck fixed or outfitted. Anything else, Steve?
No, sir.
Jay, new business? Mark? Is there any other business for the council?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion by Levine, second by LaDonna Allen, that we adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 5 in the affirmative, 3 absent. We are adjourned. Thank you all for attending.